name is Elizabeth Jones, and I'm here to discuss the importance of school uniforms. There are many great reasons behind having school uniforms. Found on www.americanprep.org, this is an unknown author, there are many reasons that are positive for having school uniforms. Some of these reasons involve they are a nourish of sense of equality. School uniforms help to promote learning. School uniforms help to create a feeling of community. They make it easier to get ready for school in the morning, and they also help prevent embarrassing problems and as well as promoting self-discipline. Another great reason behind school uniforms is safety. Believe it or not, school uniforms help to create a safer environment for our students. One of the reasons why this helps promote safety is because weapons have been concealed in jumpsuits, overcoats, and baggy game clothing. As Dr. Polachek, which is a PhD, a former president of the Long Beach Unified School District, made a statement that school uniforms are able to help with identifying who is supposed to be in the school and who is not supposed to be in the school. Another great reason for having school uniforms is unity. By having school uniforms help to create unity, aim at diversity by easing ethnic and cultural tensions, and encouraging values of tolerance and civility. School uniforms will help prevent embarrassing moments. There are many families who are unable to afford nice clothes, name brands, while there are some students who are able to afford those things who may look down upon the children who are less fortunate and not able to provide the uniform. There was a study that was completed in Youngstown State University, and the woman who did the study come to the conclusion that school uniforms actually do help with graduation. It helps increase attendance at school, and it also helps to decrease suspension rates. This is all due to, once again, unity. With attendance, kids are not as shy to go to school. They're not as embarrassed to go to school because they fit in. Everybody's wearing the exact same thing. It helps with the suspension rates because it also helps to decrease bullying. Bullying is a very, very bad issue that takes place in our school system. There was also another research study that was done, and you can find the information from this one at greatschools.org. 60% of the students who took this survey said that they were either bullied or were bullies in grades 6 to 9, and most of it came down to a child's clothing and by them being able to know that they were less fortunate. School uniforms are such an important factor that can help with everyday life in a school with children. School uniforms help to increase classroom discipline by 85%. It helped to create a community image by 83%, student safety by 79%, and student achievement by 64%. While students may get upset and parents may get upset and say that it's taken away their freedom and their rights, however, there are so many more positive reasons that come from school uniforms. Okay, I'm going to take any questions at this time.
I have one.
Yes.
I don't know how to word it. What would you do if a kid didn't want to wear the same uniform as another
with having school uniforms, then the schools will have to implement a policy, and they will come up with the uniform that everybody will have to wear. And they'll just have to enforce that all the students wear the uniform.
I have a two-part question.
Okay?
Part one, growing up in school, did you have to wear uniforms? And if your answer is no, then part two, what reason in particular, is there a personal reasoning behind your stance on this issue, or do you just feel this way because it's easier?
So, I personally did not have to wear uniforms growing up in school. The reason why I feel like it's very important to wear school uniforms is because I have a cousin who is a lot less fortunate than I was, and than my children are, and he's not able to afford clothes. He has to rely on hand-me-down clothes, and a lot of times those clothes are old or worn, have holes, stains, they're too small, and he has to wear those to school, and he will be picked on. Children pick on him because he is not able to afford the nice name brand clothes, or even clothes that don't have holes in them or stains. Another reason that it means so much to me is because my son went to a school that was uniformed. The school uniform, it was, as a parent, a lot easier to get them ready in the morning because you didn't have to fight about what you were going to wear to school. They knew that they had a uniform and that's what they had to wear. Another question?
How could a student afford a uniform?
That's another thing that I feel should be implemented. I feel like the school system should be given some kind of allowance to supply the school uniforms. At least 2 to 3 pair of uniforms per student. And at the end of the year, the students may have to turn them in, and then if they outgrow, so that way they can reuse them for other students. So I feel like they should be supplied through the school.